welcome back. So I've got a review video for you today on the brand new Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. If you watch my channel, then you know I'm a total palette junkie. I love eyeshadow palettes, but also I have a complete and total love affair with the original Chocolate Bar palette. I love this thing. It's just, it's at least in my top 3, if not maybe my favorite palette. I don't know, that's hard to say because I love palettes so much, but I just love this thing. So when the new one came out, I had to jump on the bandwagon the day it released. I ordered it. It was first available to VIBs and VIB Rouges on Sephora's website only for a few days, and then it became available to everybody. And then Too Faced will have it on their website soon. So yeah, you can definitely get this from Sephora right now. And if you're watching this video later, you can get it from Too Faced. But anyway, in this video, we're gonna do like I always do in my review videos. We'll look at pricing, packaging, swatches. I'll show you some comparison swatches and then just give you my overall thoughts and review on this palette. So let's jump into it. Okay, starting with pricing and packaging, the price of this palette is $49, which is the same as the original, so that's really nice. They didn't bump up the price or anything. This is what the outside packaging looks like. Just adorable. It shows all of the colors on the back there. And just comparing it to the original one that looks like this, they are both just so darn cute. This is something that just like sucks me in with these palettes, is just everything about it. All the branding is just adorable. So let's look at how much eyeshadow you get. So in the original, you got 14 shadows that became a net weight of 13.3, and that's the same in the new one. And then you also got 2 eyeshadows in the original that were a net weight of 5.6 grams for the 2 of those. And in the new one, it becomes a net weight of 4.4 grams. So you get slightly less on those bigger shadows in the new one. So that's something to note. Not a huge difference, but a little bit less. And then the actual palette is so cute. This is the new one, this is the original. They look like little chocolate bars. They are so darn cute. The only difference is this one is kind of a lighter, more like milk chocolatey color. And I do have the original version of the first one where it was slightly thicker, so you can kind of see, but then they redesigned the packaging and it became thinner like the new one is. So I really like that this one is thin. I would love to have the thinner version of this one, but I'm not gonna go buy it just for a new packaging. So I love the packaging. That's one of the things that I just fell in love with the original, and I love that they did just as great of a job with this one. Now, as far as the collection of colors that you get in this palette, this one is definitely more warm toned because it's got a lot more kind of orangey colors, but it's also darker. There's a lot more dark shades in this palette. Like there's a black, there's a really dark brown here. So it just kind of has a different feel to it. When I first heard about this palette, I thought it was going to be more kind of cool tone, like, I don't know, white chocolate or just more on the cooler, lighter side of things, but it's definitely more kind of a warm toned, darker palette, which kind of surprised me a little bit, but I don't mind that. I think it's still really pretty. One thing also to note about the packaging is that they printed the names on the actual palette versus just giving you a little insert, which is what they did in the original. So I love that they actually printed it on the actual packaging of the palette. It just makes it so much easier. You don't have to keep up with a little flappy thing and losing it and all that jazz. It just makes it easier to have it printed. And then really quickly, I wanted to show you a little comparison between the two. And this is a little difficult to hang on to, so hopefully you can see them here. But the original on the bottom, you can see is just definitely more of a muted palette. And then you've got the semi-sweet on the top here that's more kind of warm toned and darker shades. So it's definitely a different palette. It's not the same as the original, but they're all neutral shadows. I mean, you could combine it into one giant chocolate bar palette and have a really nice neutral palette. So, I mean, they're all neutrals, but they are a different kind of a theme. So if you were considering like, is it just like the original? No, it's not, but it is still a neutral palette. Okay, now for some swatches, and we're going to be using my lip liner that I'm wearing today for our pointer. We're going to start right here. This is the top row of the palette starting on the left side. This is Licorice, a really beautiful matte black. This is Coconut Cream, a gorgeous matte creamy shade, perfect for a brow bone highlight. Love that they have both of those in this palette, just gives you so much versatility. This one is Nougat. I am wearing this in my transition area today in kind of crease. It's a really pretty matte pinky shade, but it does take some building. So it's not a perfect shade. I like the color of it, but it just takes a lot of building to be able to see it, at least on my skin tone. This one right here is Truffled, a really pretty kind of a dark chocolatey bronzy shade. This one is Hot Fudge, a really gorgeous dark chocolatey brown, almost black, which I love. I mean, this one's great for deepening up your outer corner. This one's the second row of the palette on the left side. This is Cocoa Chili, a really gorgeous deep bronzy shade. This one right here is Pink Sugar. Can't even see it because that's the total dud of the palette. It is very glittery. It has just a lot of pink glitter, a lot of fallout, and nothing behind it. I mean, I've tried to use this a couple of times and it's just not good. It's definitely the dud of the palette. I don't know why they included it. It doesn't work well. This one right here is Puddin'. It's a really pretty taupey shade. It's gorgeous. This one right here is Blueberry Swirl. Just a really pretty blue color, got a nice sheen to it, so kind of a random color to include, but I still think it's fun. This one right here is Peanut Butter. Oh my goodness, I love this one. It's a matte, really orangey, neutral shade. I am wearing this in my crease today, and it is just beautiful, performs wonderfully. This one is Frosting, just a really gorgeous, traditional bronzy shade. Starting over here, bottom row of the palette, this one is Rum Raisin. It's a nice bronzy shade too, but it has more kind of burgundy pinky tones to it. Next is Mousse. Yeah, Mousse. This is another great transition shade, just a beautiful neutral. This one is Caramel. It's a really pretty golden coppery shade. This one's Bonbon. It's more on the kind of pinky side, sort of a rose gold kind of a coppery shade. And then finally we have Butter Pecan. It's a really pretty kind of champagne shade, has a lot of gold to it, performs really well. It's really beautiful on the lid. So all really gorgeous shades other than Pink Sugar, which is a total fail, and then Nougat, which takes a little bit of building up. Other than those two, I think they all are really, really nice. And then I wanted to show you side-by-side swatches of the two palettes. So right here is the original, and right here is the semi-sweet. So you can see the original has a lot more dark, chocolatey, bronzy shades, burgundies, purpley toned colors, and then the semi-sweet has a lot more coppers, orangey shades, golden sort of shades. So they're definitely different palettes. As far as kind of a fun pop of color thrown in, this one has that purple and this one has that blue. So while they're still neutrals, they do have a different theme to them. And then as far as the formula goes on these shadows and just my overall thoughts and review on the palette, the formula is really great. Other than Pink Sugar, which is a total dud, they all perform really nicely. I've worn these on my eyes for several days now, and they're really pigmented, really easy to work with because they blend very easily, but they wear really well throughout the day too. They don't start to get creasy or fadey or weird looking. They just wear really well. So the formula and the quality is amazing. As far as my overall thoughts and review on it, I really enjoy it. I think it's so cute. I think it's great quality. And I highly recommend it. Do I love it as much as the original? I don't think so. I think I just have such a love affair with this palette. I do prefer the collection of colors in this one over this one. So this is still my favorite of the two. If I had to choose, I would still choose this one. But I am really glad that I got this. I'm going to enjoy using it by itself. And I think also it'll be really pretty with this one. Like maybe Peanut Butter, that beautiful warm transition shade with maybe a burgundy from this palette, I think would be so gorgeous. So I'm going to use it by itself and enjoy it. I'm going to use it with the original and enjoy it. I love the chocolate bar palettes, but if I had to choose between the two, I would still choose this one. But I do think this is a great palette and I do highly recommend it. Okay guys, that's my overall thoughts and review on the new Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. So I hope that you really enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if it was. If I failed to mention something and if you have some questions for me, just ask those down below. I'm always happy to answer those. I do have a blog post on this palette as well with more swatches and pictures of the packaging. So if you want to check that out, I will link it down below for you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this palette. What do you think about it? Are you going to be picking it up? Which one is your favorite of the two? I love to hear your thoughts and opinions, so let me know that down below. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!